Hey Kai, great session on Saturday, pal. The main points of that session were there was three things. The first one, even though it only sounds very small, actually made quite a large difference to a couple of the other things that we talked about, which was trying to get you so you looked down at the ball through the middle of your eyes rather than through the bottom and then down your nose at it. You just have a look here on the left hand side. You can see a lot of your face, and that clearly gives the indication that your chin's up. And then what that promotes is a flatter shoulder turn. So instead of your left shoulder working down in this sort of region, what actually happens is it works more this way. Okay. Now we've also talked about how as soon as your left shoulder starts working across instead of down, how it then moves you away from the target. So it'll actually move your upper body away from the target, making it more difficult to hit the ground in front of the ball. If we just take this one back, you can see there that your shoulders work this way, and that your shoulders in turn then ends up turning very, very flat, okay? Instead of down towards the floor. And because of that, you've then moved away from the target, your weight's got back to your right foot, and then you never really managed to get it back into your left side. It always really stuck back onto that right foot. So as we swing through here, you can see here, very flat-footed, weight never really moves towards the target. So first thing we talked about there was looking down at the ground, so just lowering your chin a little bit. This then helps for you to then get your shoulders turning in a circle rather than moving from side to side. You can see here we've got you looking down at the ground more. You can see that clearly if you can't see anywhere near as much of your face. I'll just turn that back here, you can see the difference. Yeah, so you can clearly see there quite a big difference. If we take this one back, take the left one back, you can see here swing sense has definitely moved behind the ball. Whereas the one on the right, you can see much more stacked over the ball. So you can see here, let the computer catch up. Much more on top of the ball. Just take a look at Charlie in the middle here. Just make my computer a second. Just slowing up a bit. Let's take Charlie back here in the middle. You can clearly see there. Left shoulder's worked down. Turn, then kept him right over the top of the ball in a much better position to make a more solid contact. So far we've mentioned chin down, so you're looking down at the ground more, and then making sure that your left shoulder was working down a lot more. If I just get rid of this here, the other problem we had was, obviously, once you got to the top of your backswing, was getting your weight forward as quickly as possible. And the drill I gave you was to feel like you were raising the belt buckle through the shot. So feeling like you were trying to get your belt or your belly button, whichever one was easiest for you. Feeling like you were trying to get it as far forward, so towards the target, and as high as you could. If we just take this one here on the left, you can see there, belly button. To be fair, you are actually trying to raise the belt, just wasn't getting forward enough. You can take this one here. Pushing out of the ground a lot better. You can see there, massive difference in what your right foot is doing. So you can see there that clearly your right foot has come off the ground, so your weight has to have gone away from that right side and into your left. That in turn gave you more consistent ball striking, so you were more likely to hit the ground in front of the ball if all your weight was left. It also gave you a bit more power. We were hitting your 9-iron about as far as we were doing with your 7-iron last week. We'll just watch Charlie in the middle, you get a rough idea of where we're trying to go with it. You can see there, really pushing his belly button forward, really raising the belt for impact, all the way into the left side. Good luck with it, pal. Look forward to seeing you next week.